I have one request. You not judge me based on what I'm about to show you. It's gonna be my closet. It's not gonna be pretty. Ghost, are you excited to help me audit my closet? He's thrilled. Okay, here we are. We're about to enter, and I will give you the full tour. So first here on your left is the shelf that my landlord left. It blocks a quarter of the hanging space, but the folding space makes up for it. Down here we have my childhood arts and crafts drawer. It now is home to my sleep shirts. Go in! Oh my god. And my swimsuits. I'm sure it would be proud of how far it's come. And then on the right, we have my wall of shirts that I wear all the time, so I never went to hang them up. And so instead I have carefully hung them from the wall on push pins, which is extremely safe. It has never been a hazard. And then all the way up here, we have our lovely sweater shelves. And then we have the footstool that allows me to reach the sweaters. It also doubles as a clothes rack, reluctantly. All right, so today we are auditing this closet because it didn't pay its taxes. Just kidding, a little tax humor. That's supposed to make the boom 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 noise. Okay, closet. We're gonna start by identifying the pieces we absolutely love. These are the pieces we wear all the time, we feel good in them, and we really have to think about why we love them so much so that we can keep that in mind when we're going shopping for new things. Like when we put something on and we look in the mirror and we're like, I am in love with myself in this outfit. We have to ask ourselves why. Is it the neckline? Is it the color? Is it that it accentuates a part of our body that we really love? Once we identify the whys, we literally need to write them down so that we are keeping them front of mind while we are shopping and not buying things that we're just like kind of in love with or that we think maybe we like because they're so nice and they paid for dinner. No, we're only buying things that we're in love with. All right, next are the things that we are indifferent about. Maybe we don't wear them very often, maybe they don't fit very well anymore. Maybe we thought about getting rid of them, but we haven't committed to that yet. We're gonna take all those items, we're gonna take pictures of all of them, we're gonna put them in an album on our phone, and then we're gonna put those pieces out of sight, out of mind. So now that if one day you're feeling like, oh, I have nothing to wear, you can look back at those photos, or maybe you immediately think of something that you put away and you're like, oh, maybe I do actually wanna wear that. What was 2 weeks ago me thinking? You can then whip out your phone, scroll through that album instead of like going and digging around wherever you put the clothes. It's easier just to look through them on your phone. And then if you see something that catches your eye and you're like, oh, perhaps I do want to wear that, you can then go ahead, go into your little hiding place for your clothes, pull it out, put it on, and put it back in your closet because you know, okay, this is something that I actually may want to wear every once in a while. And then at the end of the season, you can go look back at the clothes that are left in the little hiding place you made for them, and whatever's still in there, it's stuff you probably don't really need anymore because you didn't reach for it all season, and that's stuff that you can decide to ultimately give away. And that brings us to the final stage, which is the things we don't need anymore pile. Now, first of all, if something is in this pile because it's damaged, but you still like it, you should see if you can get it repaired and keep wearing it because we want to wear our clothes for as long as possible. But if they are really worn out, if they're just not your style anymore, if they don't fit anymore, then it is time for them to move on. I have a few videos on Instagram that talk about how you can sustainably declutter your clothing, so check those out if you want additional details. I'm gonna link them maybe here, maybe there, maybe just down below. I don't, wherever YouTubers link their things. But the overarching theme is try to avoid just dropping a giant bag of clothes at Goodwill because a lot of those clothes are going to end up going unsold. They may end up in the trash. They may end up shipped overseas. There's just a lot of unfortunate things that are probably gonna happen to them. So it's better if you can give clothes to friends, give them away on your local Buy Nothing group, sell them on Facebook Marketplace, sell them on Poshmark, Depop, find ways to use them around your house, cut them up into rags, just shred them up into little pieces of fabric, stuff, throw pillows with them, get creative, Google it. I don't have all the ideas in my mind to share with you at this very moment, but I know that they exist on the internet. So that is my advice to you. The goal is just to minimize the amount of clothing that ends up going to a clothing recycling program or that ends up in the trash. Now, once you've classified your clothing into those 3 categories, the audit is essentially done. Now it's time to figure out what gaps we have. And to do that, I like to start with a mood board. I like to do this twice a year, once for spring, summer, once for fall, winter. I just open up Pinterest, I browse, I save pictures of clothing, outfits that I'm gravitating towards that I like, and then I open up Canva and I put them all in there in a little collage. It's very arts and crafts Morgan, but in the digital age. And then looking at that mood board, I identify which things I seem to be gravitating towards the most, what have I saved a lot of, and what pieces do I already have that would allow me to create the outfits outfits that I've put on this mood board. And it's also worth noting that we have to be very honest with ourselves, because there are some styles that we will gravitate towards because they look in a photo or they look good on the really, really hot model that they're on, but they truthfully just don't work for us. They might not work for our skin tone or our body type or just our lifestyle. Like, I have to be honest, I'm not going to a club unless it's a book club. So I don't really need super mini skirts, super high heels, super clubby clothing. Is that what they wear to the clubs these days? I need comfy clothing. So things that look like club clothing, I'm gonna take it off my mood board, even though I think it might look straight fire. I don't think the kids say fire anymore, but I'm saying it. Anyways, once we have our mood board, we figured out which pieces we already have, we figure out which pieces are missing, then it's time to go shopping. And going through this whole process of mood boarding and auditing is gonna make it a lot easier to shop really intentionally, which is the goal. Now, I'm a huge fan of secondhand shopping. Whether you are shopping secondhand, whether you're shopping fast fashion, whether you're shopping a sustainable brand, the most important thing is that you are buying pieces that you really love that you're gonna wear for a long time. If you're trying something on and you kind of like it, but you're not really sure, that's when we go back to those notes that we made earlier of why we absolutely love the pieces that we love in our closet. So that way, when you're in the store, you're looking in the mirror, you've got a cute new dress on and you're like, I like this, but I'm not 100%. You can be like, okay, does it have a neckline that I love? Is it in my preferred color shade? Is it complementing my butt the way I want it to? And you can go through that checklist, and if it's not checking certain things, it'll make it easier for you to be like, okay, I'm gonna put this back. And if it is checking everything, it'll make it easier for you to be like, okay, this is something I'm gonna bring home. I'm gonna wear it for the rest of my life, or like at least a lot of it. All right, I think that is it for the closet audit. I really hope that this process was helpful for you. Like I said, I like to do it about twice a year, once for spring, summer, once for fall, winter, step and repeat each year. I think it's really helpful, especially for people who are in their mid-20s like me, where you're kind of figuring out more of your lifelong style. When you're in college and high school, it's like your style changes every year because you're changing every year. But now, you know, I'm kind of like the same as I was like 3 years ago, basically. So hopefully this process helps you determine, you know, more of your personal style and helps you feel more confident in purchasing things that you know you're gonna keep for a long time instead of getting buyer's remorse, which is the worst. And also helps you feel more confident when you're looking in your closet and looking for something to wear. Hopefully you can very easily identify outfits and you don't feel like, oh, I have nothing to wear because I just have a weird amalgamation, that's the word. A weird amalgamation of clothing that's random and all over the place. Hopefully this process helps you feel like it's becoming more cohesive. And now I think I'm just rambling a little bit because I don't really know how to end this video. But thank you for watching this video, and please make sure to subscribe down below if you liked it, and I will see you in the next video.